Good morning, good morning, good morning, home care bosses. Happy Monday. How are you guys doing? If you are here, say hello. Let me know that you are here. If you are catching the replay, hashtag replay. Thank you for watching the replay. We appreciate you. Let us know that you are here as well on this Monday morning. I know usually I don't go live Monday morning, but I wanted to go live today and share something amazing with you all. If you are here, say hello. Let me know where you're listening from. If you're catching the replay, still say hello. Still say hello. Let me know where you are listening from. So, I have something amazing to share with you. So, this morning, if you don't know me, I'm Sue Dennis, and this is
Enoch Dennis.
and we are the co-founder of Home Care Bosses United, which is a consulting firm where we help burnt out, overworked, frustrated nurses start their home care agency, as well as people who already have their home care agencies. We help them scale and grow. Yes, on average, our students when they work with like brand new students who are like just getting started, on average, after they're done with our program and they implement the things that we teach them, they usually bring in $20,000 to $25,000 a month in revenue. In their first year, we have a few of our students who have been able to make $1 million in revenue in their first year as well. So like that's what we do. And if that's something you're looking to do, we are here for you. Just let us know. But today I want to share something amazing with you. So this morning, while me and Enoch was having our devotion, and he said something so powerful. Good, put powerful in the chat. And I told them, please come live and share this with our tribe, with our community. And if you know my husband doesn't like to go live. He'll prefer in-person interaction. It's like I have to bribe him to come on this live. Okay, I literally have to bribe him and say, "Hey, please, come on this live. I need you to share this." So he shared something powerful with me that I know is gonna help you. That I know is gonna help you have start your week on a better foot, and you'll have an even better week this week. So I want him to share this with you. Are you guys ready? If you're ready, you want to hear what he has to share, put ready in the chat. Put ready in the chat. And if you have heard Enoch speak before, you already know how powerful this man is. His insight are so powerful. So I can't wait for him to share. If you don't want him to share, just don't say anything. But if you're ready for him to share, put ready. If you want to hear what he has to share, put the ready in the chat. Put the ready in the chat so he can drop the golden nuggets that he has for you this morning. And I know this is gonna bless somebody. Go ahead, baby. A couple of people say they ready. Yes, let's go. Ready, ready, ready. I see the ready in the chat. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. How are y'all doing this morning? Just a little bit of a background. I've been so for the past few days, I've started reading from the book of Joshua because as I'm studying more of Jesus' teaching in the book of Matthew, there is I believe it's Matthew 17 or 18, where there's a reference that when Jesus was on the mountain and there went Moses and Joshua. I mean, not Joshua, Moses and Elijah. So I was asking God, so how do I better understand this? So I was led to go and study everything about Moses, just read up on Moses and the person who followed Moses, right? So I read up on Moses and all Genesis and everything about about Moses up to Deuteronomy. And now the next person who came after Moses is Joshua. So now I'm reading up on in the book of Joshua. There's a very story there. Joshua was Moses was with the people in the wilderness, and then Joshua took over after Moses died. Now, in Joshua 5:12, there is a very interesting mention there. All throughout their time in the wilderness, the people were living on manna, right? They were living on manna. That's MANNA. right? Manna, M-A-N-N-A.
But can you give
So
background in case somebody don't know what is manna? What is manna?
so what is that? This is basically every morning when the people were living in the wilderness, every morning they would just need to wake up, go outside, and they found it's almost like a how do you call that
Just call
again?
it food.
It's okay, it's food, right? It's food, but it was almost like a dough to make bread. So it was almost like a dough. So they would find that every morning, right? God would place that for them all over their camps for the people to eat because they were in the wilderness, they were in the desert, right? They were in the desert. So there is no food, nothing. It's only so God would have to provide for them other ways. So all throughout their time in the wilderness, in the desert, there was manna in the desert. I'm not really sure how many of you guys are probably in a desert right now in your business, even in your life in general. But let's keep it as business related, right? How many of you are in a desert in your business right now where things aren't working the way you want it to? Things are not looking right. It's like you barely making it through, right? But every now and then you get a client, right? You get one client. You barely holding on to with one client. You don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring, right? So that was the same thing with the people in the desert. They don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. They know today they go outside, they see the manna. Tomorrow they have no clue what's gonna happen tomorrow. And then they wake up tomorrow, there goes the manna. That is miracle, right? That is what we call miracle. It's like it done nothing that you had to do. It doesn't have any of your um dealing with it. You just see it. It just happens, right? So however, it's very interesting that in Joshua 5, verse 12, when the people crossed over the Jordan River, they went over a few more cities, and then they went into the land of Canaan. Now, what the verse says is that then the manna ceased on the day after they had eaten the produce of the land. They went into a land, and the land finally had trees. The land had some fruits. The land has some vegetables. Guess what? Now the manna stopped. Once they ate from that, the manna stopped. What does that mean? Right? What does that mean? Let me know in the chat. Like if you guys are coming live, put say hello. If you're catching this as a replay, still put replay in the chat for me, please. What does that mean when they ate from the land and the manna stopped? Here's the thing: you are getting miracles upon miracles, just getting food as a miracle. You getting things every now and then from your business. You're getting a client here, a client there. You're like, I didn't do anything. Somebody just reach out, right? I didn't do anything. Somebody just reach out. Somebody just made a referral. I didn't do anything. This is manna, my friend. This is manna. If it's a miracle, it's not meant to be forever, right? It's not meant to be forever that you just, something just happens and then somebody shows up. You get a call out of nowhere. It's not meant to be forever. A lot of times we take those for granted. We're like, oh yeah, people just calling me out of nowhere. And then we feel good about it, right? But it's not meant to be forever. It's not meant to be forever. Miracles are not meant to be forever. Miracles are temporary, right? Somebody put that in the chat for me, please. Say miracles are temporary. Manna is temporary, right? Miracles are not meant to be forever. It's the same thing as if someone is sick right now and a miracle happens. I remember we were one day we came from someplace out of town. We were in the airport, and our son fell off the escalator. He fell off the escalator, and he had like cuts in his leg, like several, about
Huge
10,
one.
about huge one, about 10 of them, 10 cuts from the escalator. You know how these escalators are. It's almost like teeth at the end of each step, right? And as he fell and he was bleeding, I was led to go to his legs, and I put my hand on his legs, and I prayed and I command the blood to stop and for healing to be rapidly on his legs. Instantly, the blood stopped. Instantly, the blood stopped. And after like a day or two, his legs, they were healed. He still have those marks even till today. He has the scars to prove it. But he was like the cuts were healed in about 2 days completely. Here's the thing. That was a miracle. If he falls down the escalator again today, he's gonna have cuts again today, right? Because that was a miracle. It's temporary. So what happened is the manna was temporary. The manna you've been getting in your business is temporary. Those people that calls every once in a while out of the blue moon, you didn't do anything, you just see it happen. You're like, oh, God provided. Yes, Lord, thank you. That is a miracle. That is the manna. But once the people got into the land, and now there are trees, now there are vegetables, now there are fruits, there are grains. Guess what? Now they can work. They can work. They can put in the work. They can go in the land. They can plant. They can work, right? Now they have to take care of the land. Now they have to take care of the trees. Now they have to take care of, they can work. Guess what? The manna stopped. The miracle stopped because now the people can work and they can have food way more than they were getting from the manna, from the miracle, right? Because the miracle is temporary. It's so temporary that every single day when they were getting the manna, they were not allowed to save food for the next day. They can only take the portion for the day because the miracle is temporary, right? It's temporary. You can only get what you need for now. But when they were working the land and getting and working the land and planting and getting food from the land, they could preserve it for days, for months. It doesn't matter because now they are putting in the work, they are working it. You know why this is so important? This is so important because this is what we're created for. We're created to work. We're created to work this place called earth, to work, to bring the glory of God out of everything, out of your business, your home care agency, to work it, right? To bring great services to people, to make people's lives better, right? So that they can feel safe, they can feel like they are being taken care of, to work it, right? So, what does that mean? We need to work our home care agencies, we need to work our businesses, we need to go and market, not relying on manna, on miracles. You know, sometimes we get one miracle and then we stay on the miracle for way too long, right? For way too long. Somebody put work in the chat for me. Put work in the chat for me. Work, 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 right? Put work in the chat for me, right? Sometimes we stay way too long on miracles. God does not intend for us to live from miracle to miracle to miracle to miracle. He does not intend for that. Miracle is like once in a blue moon, something out of, something happens because you did not account for it. But God created us to work. So, my friends, go out there and put in the work in your agency. Put in the work for your business. Go out there and market. Go out there and do the things that you need to do. Don't rely on miracles. Don't rely on manna. But go ahead and put in the work. You know why? When you put in the work, as the Bible says, God blesses the labor of our hands, the work of our hands. He blesses the work of our hands. He cannot bless the manna. He already gave it to you. The manna is, he just drop it. But when you put in the work, he blesses the labor of your hands. Okay? He blesses the labor of your hands. So, people, let's go out there, put in the work so that God can bless the labor of our hands.
So there were so many. This was good, right? Was this good? If this was good, let me know in the chat. If this was good, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if this was good. But when we were doing this, there were a couple things you said that you haven't mentioned here, and I want you to mention. So when we were doing devotion this morning, one of the things that you said, it was something to the like, God created us to dominate. I don't remember the whole thing, but it was like God created us to dominate. And if you remember, can you go a little bit into it? And then there's the second thing we said earlier too. But go into this first, and then I'll remind you the second things, and then we can go.
So in Genesis 1:26, Genesis 1:26, the first thing God said before He created man, with the when God conceived to create man, He said, "Let us make man in our image and likeness, and let them have dominion over the seas, over the fish, over the fish of the seas, the land, the birds of the air, and everything that creeps on the land." Right? He created us to have dominion over everything, and then He created man and women. And then in Genesis 1:28, He called them unto Him, He blessed them, and He told them why He created them, so that we can have dominion, authority over the earth, over everything to bless. He blessed us. He said, "Be fruitful, multiply the things on the earth," right? Guess what? When we are receiving manna, we are not having dominion. There's no dominion in manna. There's no dominion in miracles. Okay, somebody put dominion in the chat for me. Put dominion, right? There is no dominion in miracles. There is no dominion in receiving manna. It doesn't show that you have any power, right? It doesn't show that you have power, you have authority over anything. It's kind of like when you have a kid, right? You have a kid, you have a 6-year-old. Every day he just wakes up and then there is food, right? There is food. He has clothes. He has everything. That doesn't show he has dominion over anything, because everything is being given to him. He has no power, no authority over anything.
Dude is just a receiver, right? At this point.
But guess what? Once he grows up and he's working, now that shows he has dominion over something. He has authority over something, right? So this is why manna doesn't show that you have any dominion or any authority. It doesn't show you have dominion, any authority over anything. But when you work, when the people went in the land and started working, now it shows that they have dominion, they have authority over the land, over everything that works. Now they can multiply, right? They can take a seed from anything and plant it and multiply it. Now they can take, avocado and make something else out of it. That shows dominion, that shows authority, that shows power. Until then, they were not able to apply any dominion over anything, because it's like you're not working, you're just receiving a manna, right? But once the miracle stopped, now they were able to exercise their authority.
Yes, and one of the things that we talked about to help us while we were doing our devotion time was that the same example of a kid. Our son is 6 years old, right? When he was 2, he couldn't put his own clothes on, right? That was impossible. That wasn't something that it could have done. He couldn't put his own clothes on when he was 2 years old. But by the time he was 3, 4, now he had the power, he had the ability to put his own clothes on. So if he can put his own clothes on now and have that ability, right? Why should we keep on putting his own clothes for him? And if we keep doing that, if he has the ability to put his own clothes on, and we as the parents, we keep putting his own clothes on for him, we basically stunting his growth. We basically crippling him. And eventually he's not going to be a great member of society, right? And that's the same thing with this example. That's the same thing with God. When we're not able to do something and we don't have the ability yet, right? God will give us that manna. But when he gave us, once we have the ability to do it, and he has given us the power to do it on our own, then we have to go after what he's telling us to go and do the things that we need to go in order to grow our life, in order to grow our business, in order to do the things that we need to do. Is that making sense? Let me know if that is making sense. Let me know in the chat. Let me know if that is making sense. But that was so powerful that I wanted to come in here and share this with you. And I hope for somebody here that just open your mind to something different, that you are able to go and conquer this week. You are able to shift your perspective, right? And even if I remember at our conference last year, one of the things you said is like, and I remember you made the people raise their hands. I don't know if you remember this. That just came to my mind now. We were like, hey, how did you get your first client?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was like, almost everybody, their first client was a miracle.
Mm-hmm.
Almost everybody in the room, and we had like 70 people in the room. Almost everybody, their first client was a miracle. And this kind of goes with the same message we're going here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we just started a business, we don't know what we're doing. It's like God gave us that first client as a seed, but after that, we need to get the knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
right? After that, we need to get the knowledge, because if we don't know how to get clients and things like that, it's not some sort of knowledge that we're missing. So after that, we need to get the knowledge to go and do what we need to be doing for our business, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna say something?
I was gonna say exactly the same story again. When the people were in the wilderness, it's kind of like what they were just receiving things, and they didn't have to apply any knowledge, right? You don't have to apply any knowledge to receive a miracle. You don't have to apply any knowledge to receive the manna. You just receive it. There is no knowledge that you apply. But once they were in the land, now they had to grow trees. Now they had to grow fruits. They had to grow plants. Guess what? Now that requires knowledge, right? Now it requires the knowledge to know which what do you plant in what season? What do you plant this? How do you prepare the land to plant? Now it requires knowledge, right? Before they needed no knowledge. It's like the same thing in your business. When we starting out, when we get that first client, a lot of times it's a miracle. It's something that we didn't. It just happened. Well, a lot. That's why when I ask people, so how did you get that client? They're like, I don't know. Somebody just called. Somebody knew somebody. I was in. Like for us, it was the same thing when we started. We didn't. It's just like someone just dropping our lap because we were serving at that place, at that church, and then somebody just happened to need help, and they're like, hey, we were there at the right time. So, but after that, you couldn't replicate that, right? You cannot replicate the miracles that you receive because you didn't create the miracle. Remember, you receive it.
And you can schedule the miracle
Right?
too. But that's a different story.
You cannot recreate the miracle because you are at the receiving end. When we receive miracles, we are at the receiving end of the miracle. We didn't create it. God gave us that miracle. We couldn't recreate it, right? So, but when God allows us to have dominion over something, now we have to go and put in the work. Now we put in the work. We have dominion over it. We can multiply things. We can plant things. We can do this for our business. We can go out there. We can market. We can decide when do we go, who do we go to, what do we say. We have to prepare all of that. What do we say to this place? What do we say to that place? How do we do a presentation? How do we because now we have dominion. We can exercise that dominion, right? We can recreate that. If I make a presentation to a group of social workers, I can recreate that same presentation to another group another day at somewhere else. But if someone just dropped a client, I can't recreate someone else dropping another client. Is that making sense, right? So preparation matters when it comes to putting in the work. Preparations matter when it comes to putting in the work. To have dominion, you have to be prepared to have dominion. You gotta be prepared. You gotta have the knowledge to exercise that dominion, to exercise that power that God gives you. Somebody put preparation in the chat for me, please. Preparation matters. Just put that for me. Preparation matters, right? Preparation matters. Okay. So we need to prepare. We need to prepare because You don't need to prepare to receive a miracle. You don't need to prepare to receive manna. You don't. But to have dominion, to exercise your authority over this business, to grow this business, to show that you are an authority. You got to prepare. You got to prepare. And this is what the conference that we're having next month is allowing you to do, is preparation, right? Preparation. Come and get prepared so that you can go and show your authority and show your power, show your dominion over this business that you have, so that when you go to places, you are prepared to do a presentation, you are prepared to properly market, you are prepared to properly sell your services.
Awesome. And yes, if you haven't gotten your ticket for the conference, you need to. We're only down to the last few seats, right? So if you haven't gotten your ticket for our conference next month, Blueprint to Millions, you can go on the website and look what it's all about. You can go to myblueprint2millions.com. The conference is next month. It's actually exactly in 1 month. It's June 13th to the 16th. That's a conference over the 3 days. The main topic we're going to share about the conference is really how to have predictable income month after month in your business, how to market better, how to sell better for your agency, basically how to get your blueprints so you can make millions in your agency. And this is for you. Even if you're just getting started, you're thinking about getting started, it's for you. If you already start and you stuck, it is for you. If you already made millions, but you know there's more, everyone will be able to get something out of this conference. So we only have 25 more seats left, and I know those seats are gonna be taken soon. So make sure you are there. We're gonna spend 3 full days together, right? 3 full days together. So that way you're gonna get the knowledge that you need, like to take your agency to the next level. So make sure you are in the room. It's really important that you are in the room. So make sure you are in the room. Don't let nothing stop you from being in the room. Last year was amazing. When I say last year was amazing, the people who came to the conference and apply what we learned. And this is the thing. People are like, hey, how was the conference? Anything you do, it's always great for the people who go and apply what they learn. It's not good for the people who always expect people to feed them everything and they don't want to do the work. They just want more manna and they don't want to do the work. You're feeding them the things, but they want you to feed them the results. Then it's not going to be good for you. But if it's somebody, you're an implementer, you're an action taker, the conference will take you to the next level, because the people who implemented what we learned at the conference have gotten amazing results. Like one lady, she went from 20 to 87 clients within 5 months of attending the conference. Somebody else added $200,000 in revenue within 2.5 months of adding the conference. Another conference attendee added an extra $138,000 in revenue within 2.5 months of attending the conference. Right? So if you're serious and you're coming with a mindset to learn, you open, you're gonna get what you came for. And when you go back home, you implement, trust me, people were implementing things while we were at the conference and they get what they came for. So if you're an action taker, if you're serious, like if you're like, hey, I'm thirsty about this knowledge, I need more knowledge. I know that's where I need to be, but I know there got to be more to life than this. I know there got to be more in store for me. If that's you, join us at the conference, because I'm going to drop it. The one thing about me, when I drop, I'm super generous in dropping the knowledge. So when you come, you bet on yourself. You invested your time, your money in yourself. Guess what? I'm going to pour out onto you. And I can't wait to do that, right? And when you get those, you're gonna come back and you're gonna get so much more out of it. But the thing is, you have to implement. You have to take actions. You cannot be that person that's just waiting on a miracle. You have to be willing to take actions. So if you're willing to take actions, go ahead, get one of the 25 tickets that we have left. I'll go on the website. My team drop it in the chat, and it's on there as well. My Blueprint to Millions. Couple questions I get people ask for the conference. We have 3 tiers. We have the general admission tiers, we have the VIP tier, and we have the platinum tier. The platinum tier is our most luxurious tier, and with the platinum tier, not only you get the 3 days of the conference, you also get an extra half day on Tuesday. The conference is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You also get an extra day, half day on that Tuesday before the conference of training with me. But not only that, you also get a month of training, a month of coaching with me prior to the conference. You get a whole month. We get 8 group sessions of coaching a month prior to the conference, and we also get a one-on-one strategy session. I don't do one-on-one strategy session for nobody really, except people who work with me in my mastermind. But when you come at the highest level, the platinum, I will do a one-on-one strategy session with you, figure out the holes in your business, and give you strategy to move your business forward. That's the platinum. That's our most luxurious. That's our highest level. Then, but at that level, I only want people who already have agency. If you're gonna do platinum, you should already have an agency. But the second level is the VIP. You can do VIP. You don't have to have an agency to do VIP. Whether you have an agency or not, you can still do VIP. VIP, you get the 3 days of the conference. You get VIP seating. You get into the room earlier than everybody. Like, we recognize you as the VIP that you are, and you also get half a day training with me prior or the Tuesday before the conference, right? And then we have general admission. Everybody can come to general admission. It's the 3 days of the conference. And then the day before on Tuesday, you also get access to the Millionaire Praise Party, where we're going to have fun. We're going to party. We're going to praise God for all the things that He's about to do for us in those 3 days. So it's going to be really fun. So we have 3 tiers. So you choose the tier that is best for you, right? Whatever tier that is best for you, because guess what? Put options in the chat. I like giving people options. So you choose the one that is good for you. What I don't want you to do, I don't want you to look at the option and say, hey, I want to be in platinum, but I don't have the money for that. Maybe I shouldn't come. No, baby, get you your general admission ticket. Don't let ego and pride stop you, because general admission ticket is good, okay? General admission, you're gonna get what you need from general admission ticket. So don't let that stop you. Say, hey, oh, I want to do VIP, but I don't have the money. It's okay. Don't let ego and pride stop you. Get your general admission ticket. And if something changed before then, you can always upgrade. If something doesn't change, it's fine too, because you're gonna get knowledge from general admission ticket. Don't think general admission ticket is not good. General admission ticket is amazing too. Okay, so do that. The questions I get, people ask, is the hotel included in the price of the conference? No, the hotel is not included, but we do have a group discount. We do have a group discount for the hotel, right? We do have a group discount for the hotel. So once you register, we send you the link of the hotel, so that way you can take advantage of the group discount. The hotel is on the beach, y'all. Like, and we have the view, the beach view room. Those are the rooms that we get. So from your room, you can experience luxury watching the beach. When you basically can get down from your room straight on the beach. There's only 4 hotels in Fort Lauderdale that has beachfront, and we're staying at one of them. So we have the group discount rate. What you pay for the conference is for the conference, not for the room. It's for the knowledge we're gonna drop on you for the conference. That doesn't include the room, because if that included the room, we wouldn't be having a conference, okay? Because it costs a lot to put on a conference. So if that included the room, we wouldn't be having no conference. So there's that. People ask me, is the conference tax deductible? Absolutely. The conference is tax deductible, right? Tax deductible, definitely tax deductible. It is all of the food, the hotel, the flight, all of that is tax deductible. People ask, can I bring somebody else? Absolutely, you can bring somebody else with you, but they will need to have their own tickets. right? They have to have their own tickets, but we welcome you to bring somebody else because when you bring somebody else, it's really accountability, right? Because we need accountability. So when you bring somebody else, it's accountability, but they do need to have their own ticket. People ask, do we have childcare? We do not have childcare, but we highly recommend you bring your family and make this a family vacation, okay? Make this a family vacation, but your husband, your kids, while you learning, let them in the room, let them go enjoy the beach and do what you have to do, right? But we do not provide child care. Other questions we get, people say, hey, I came last year. Will this be the same? Absolutely not. Okay. Most of the things I'm going to be sharing this year are new things that I haven't shared anywhere. One of the main things we're going to be teaching is about artificial intelligence, how to use artificial intelligence to scale your agency, how to use artificial intelligence in your marketing, right? That's one thing that we're gonna be teaching this year. So you wanna make sure you are in the room for that because those are new things that are developing. We wanna make sure we up to date. We up to date. Will we have new speakers? Yes. We some speakers I'm gonna keep secret for now because I have to keep some surprises. But guess what? D Joy Pittman is gonna be one of our speakers. She's all things about caregiver recruiting, human resources, HR, all of these things. My lawyer, Tikora Davis, gonna be in the building, yeah. So make sure you are in the building because she's gonna be talking about some amazing things that you need to know about. So make sure you are in the building. And some of this I'm gonna keep secret because we have to have a little bit of surprise into this. So yeah, so that's what we have going on. So get your ticket today. Get your ticket today. Get your ticket today. And if you're still on the fence, you're like, I don't know if this is for me or not. You still like doubting. Let me know your questions. I'd rather you ask me the questions because a lot of time you have doubts. It's something really simple that if you ask me, we will have been able to clarify. So ask me the question if you have, and if you're still on the fence, tomorrow night, I'm doing a quick preview and give you more details on what's gonna happen at the conference. We call it the Blueprint to Millions preview. I think it's tomorrow at 8 or 8:15. I don't remember the time, but you can come to that tomorrow so you can learn more and see how's the experience. You wanna be in the room, so you have to register for the preview. The preview is free, but you do have to register. So make sure you register tomorrow so you can be at the preview and see a little bit more, like have more, see more what goes on at the conference and how everything goes. But seriously, this is the number one event in the home care industry. You need to be there. You got to be in the room. So make sure you are in the room. Make sure you are in the room. So I'll see you soon. Do you guys have any questions that I can answer for you? Are there any questions that I can answer for you? Do you have any questions that I can answer for you? Okay, if you don't have any questions, I'll see you soon. I love you, and I'll see you at the conference. Bye bye.